Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the She Pub Network where we talk books, authors, and publishers. I am Shanitha Finesse, CEO of She Publishing LLC, and today is our second birthday. Yay! All right, so I see we have some people on the line, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to give us a few more minutes, and I'm just going to share with you a little piece of She Publishing and what we're all about. She Publishing LLC is a publishing and retail company founded during the COVID-19 pandemic. Through collaboration with our authors, we found that sharing your story may not only be a personal goal, but it serves as preserving your history. It creates a legacy. From the first contact, we welcome our authors by sending them a box of goodies that include our branded apparel, and we deliver white glove service until the completion of their project. We call this the She Experience. We also serve as a support system after the book is published by continuing to market our authors by way of our books and business newsletters and social media platforms with the hopes of creating a network. We wow our authors and their readers with our custom publishing packaging, which is a bonus. We believe first impressions matter. We also host what will become the largest attended and talked about event of every year, our annual marketing and networking conference, where we honor our authors with awards and we provide entertainment, fun, and education. We invest in the authors who want to become publishers, providing them free how to become a publisher training, sharing every step we've taken to build our company. And finally, as an investment in our future leaders, we've launched the Little She Project, which will promote reading, authorship for our children, and funding for schools around the world. Let She Publishing LLC be your extended family. Be a part of our community of authors, sister companies, partners, or simply a friend. Everybody has a story to tell. Share your story with the world. All right. So we have some special guests today that I would like to introduce. She Publishing LLC was founded during the COVID-19 pandemic, and the special people that we have on today's show are people who have really touched my heart and helped with the support and the progression of this company. And today you're going to meet some of these individuals, but this is a party, y'all, so it wouldn't be a party without music. So Justin, drop that beat.
Gotcha.
We don't believe in shooting stars, but we believe in choosing cars. What cars in the new apartment? Who far from the shores apartment? You more like love stars. I'm more of the chips of Florida, order the orders, you little water, favorite author. And the weather's so breezy, man, why can't life always be this easy? Sweet in the mirror, things are so sleazy. I get a call like, where are you, Easy? You gotta get with the old watching. Feel like that bad like coffee, right? I hate easy. All I know you love it so long, but I never thought that you would take it this far. What do I know?
Let's give him a hand, y'all. Come on,
A little
y'all.
something.
Yeah, so Justin, look, he is the ghost, okay, of drumming, y'all.
Thank
And
you.
so, Justin, tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay, cool. So I'm Justin Blake. I am one half manager of Vision Make Productions, and we're pretty much an artist collective. And we give artists opportunities to perform at different events and showcase their gifts in different settings. So that's pretty much what I do.
All right. Well, Justin and I, we met. My cousin, her name is Anita Anderson. She connected us. I didn't realize we just might be relatives, y'all. So, I'm going to take advantage of that, right?
Yeah.
That's what we do. All right. So, I'm going to go around the room so we can introduce the other special guests on the show. But I'm going to throw out a question here, y'all. What can you never get enough of? So for me, I can never get enough of publishing because I didn't even know a day, a year, 5, 10 years ago that I would be a publisher right now, but I can't get enough of it. So my question to someone who's here today, what can't you get enough of? Who's gonna be the lucky person to answer that question?
I'll go, Shanita.
Hey.
Um,
All
I
right.
think I think it's a few things or two things that I'll say for me.
Mm-hmm.
One is I love to travel. I love to experience new places and new things. So I can't get enough of traveling. And the other thing is, I would say, meeting new people and learning about them, learning about new cultures. I think it's so. I don't know. I just get excited learning about new people and what they do and how they see life. So those are two things I can't get enough of.
All right, and those in the chat, look, if you want to write in the chat what you can't get enough of, that will be great. And also for those in the chat, tell me where you're from. I see Bertina Powell is on the line, and she is coming from the Chi-Town, y'all. She's one of our authors from She Publishing LLC. Yes, you will have to pick up her book. We have Stacy Calvin on the line, another one of She Publishing's publishers. We have Beverly on the line. Thank you for wishing us a happy birthday. Beverly did say, what can she not get enough of? And what I'm reading is helping people discover their God given talents and how they can create excellence in their life. I can't get enough of that. Dornisa Sermon, she says she can't get enough of life. So keep it coming, you guys. Now, true to me, I would like to know a little bit about you, 1 or 2 minutes, and let me know, how did we meet, you special someone?
Well, thank you, Shanita. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for having all of us on the show today, and happy birthday to She Publishing. How we met, it's funny, and I think it was just God given. But we were on a call because we're both involved with She Rocks It. Shout out to Joyce Dawkins, the founder, She Rocks It. But we were on a call because we're both volunteers with that organization, and I didn't know Shanita. She was coming on new to the team, and the day before, someone had given me a book. It was called Boss Rules, and I started reading it. I loved it. And as she talked on the phone and she started talking about her books and what she had published, I was like, Shanita, I have one of your books that was gifted to me by Dornisa Sermons, actually. And so we met online like that. And about a month later, we volunteered together, met in person, and we have just, our relationship has just flourished. You're a wonderful person, have great energy, and I thank you for that. So, did I answer all of your questions?
Absolutely, you did. And we're gonna I want y'all to know a little bit more about Ylandus, but I'm gonna go to another one of our special guests, and her name is Pamela. She's one of the authors on our platform. And Pamela, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I can actually say now that I'm an author, thanks to She Publishing. I'm a mother of two boys, and a grandmother. I work with when I'm not writing and adding to the family. I work with special need kids that are nonverbal in the elementary side of school.
All right. And how did we met? How did we meet?
Um, that's a good story. I'll make it quick. I had an original publisher who decided that they didn't want to keep in contact with me, but I kept pushing through. Her She actively matches another group that I belong to, and I thought I was talking to them, and I was not, and I still believe it was fate that I was talking to you and not them. So we met through Facebook.
Wow. And where are you from?
I'm in Virginia.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And so our next guest who we're going to introduce is the Kim Queen Kim. How you doing, Kim?
Hi, Shanita. Hello, the rest of the She family. How's everybody?
We're
So,
good.
good, good. I'm so glad I'm able to make it today. Um, I'm at the studio, so please excuse my background and everything. My reception at home is bad, so that's why I couldn't join you all last night or the
Yeah.
night before last. But, so what am I answering here?
So I want to
Just
know a little bit
giving
about
something.
you and where you from and how did we meet?
Okay. Okay, well, yes, ma'am. I'm from Los Angeles, California, by way, here talking to you all from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Been living here a little over 20 years now. And I I was on Instagram. I have been having an Instagram account because I am a music artist and I also act. So I've been a writer all my life. Um, and I'm like, I was actually at home in Los Angeles, California, visiting, and I was at a friend girl's house. And so I was just on Instagram. The fact of me wanting to become an author one day, that wasn't on my mind at the time. I ran across a post and I didn't even pay attention to whose post it was. It was a message. I just screenshotted it actually the other day, but it reminded me of hopscotch. So, when we played hopscotch when we were little. So that's what made me really stop on it. It just took me back. It just brought me back, brought back a memory from my childhood. And I said, oh. And when I read it, I was like, wow. And then I looked at, whose post it was, She Publishing LLC. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I started, I read the caption and just my heart, it was just something I got chill bumps. Like I, it was just the spirit told me to do it. It was like God said, you better do it because this is something you've been looking into. I know it wasn't today, but this might be an opportunity. And when I did, I reached out to her and I got to let her tell you how, the other part, how we actually, converse. But it was a
This ain't
total
a good
blessing.
story, y'all. This ain't going to be a good story, okay? We got to tell you the good and the bad,
It
okay?
wasn't good at first. It wasn't good at first. It was on a little shaky ground, but it was still, after, we got past our little hurdle. Oh my God, it was just a blessing in disguise, and wow, uh, it's it's changed my life. It's changed part of
And
my life already.
just to let you guys know, okay, this is how it went down because she don't want to tell you, but how it went down. But I'm gonna let you know. So yeah, we met actually through social media, and then I'm just sharing these stories because as you can see, we all have a story to tell you guys. But so we met on social media and she reached out and I reached out to her and she said, hey, yeah, I want to chat, about publishing. And so I gave her a call. And she answered the phone, and I guess she didn't know that we were a legit publishing company. And she said, "Look, I don't know if you're doing a scam call." She said something, but she definitely put me in my place. And I just said, "Alrighty then." And so I IM'd her and I said, "Hey, just to let you know, I just called and, we are a publishing company." And she was like, "Oh my God, I thought this was a scam." And I'm like, so after that, we've been like two peas in a pod, y'all. I have a relationship with everybody that we connect with because we're like family here at She Publisher LLC. So I did they have our connection, I know, was meant to be. So what I want to do is I'm going to be giving out a raffle, okay? I just want to let you know we have Lisa Butler on the line. She said happy birthday to She. We love you. She's another author from the She Squad. We also have, so Stacy is from Dallas, Texas. So again, we have authors from all over, and I'm just super excited that we are having our second birthday, and it's because of you guys that we are able to do this. So any questions? So wait, we're gonna do a raffle, y'all. So in the chat, and I'll have somebody on here to answer the question, and don't you be shy, Justin, okay? All right, the question is, if you could take lessons on anything, what would it be and why? If you can take lessons on anything, what would it be and why? In the
I'll
chat.
try.
Whoever
Oh,
answers
in
it
the
first
chat.
in the
Okay.
chat, y'all gonna get it. But no, we want somebody on here to answer. Who's gonna take it? I thought I saw Justin.
I can go. I can go.
Okay.
I would say, I don't know if this would make sense, but I would say time essence. Like I feel like um value begot treatment. So like if something is valuable, it like demands a certain type of treatment. And when it gets to like our own personal time, I feel like when we treat our time correctly, then everything else in life kind of makes sense with that. So I feel like that's not an actual subject in high school, college, or anything like that. But I would say just like of course like time management, all of that type of stuff, but really just like focus on the areas of like growth and personal life and things like that. I feel like once you understand like what to do with your own time, your purpose, your vision, your dream, then I feel like everything else after that kind of makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna go with, if that makes sense.
It makes lots of sense. And to let you guys know, the first person who answered this in the chat will receive a prize from our She Shop, and that is Lisa Butler. She said guitar. The melodies are intoxicating, okay, whatever that means. She will be on we're doing like a 4 series of this, you guys, because I want you to know about the publishing game, how to do it, how to start, how to begin to share your story. And then we have Bertina who said pole dancing, y'all. Now, we are adults on here, and that is hilarious. Okay, so now let's get to She Publishing and some questions. Do I have any questions from my guests? What questions do you have of me?
Shanice, I had a couple of people that wanted to ask this particular question. They
Okay.
wanted to know, for those who want to publish a book, how do they get started? What's one of the first things that they need to do?
Okay, so that's a absolutely great question. What you do is you can go to www.shepublishingllc.com. I'll say that again, and if somebody can put that in the chat, www.shepublishingllc.com. Contact us and put your name, number, email in there. Say you want to discuss publishing a book. and then someone from the S.H.E squad will give you a call, and it just might be me. Because I really do like to introduce anybody who is a prospective author who would like to publish with our company. Also, another way you can do this is by calling our number, which is 219-515-8032. And I'll say that again, 219-515-8032. And you can, again, leave a message or someone will answer the phone and we will get started on having that conversation. Now, just because you have not started writing your story does not mean that you can't get started with S.H.E, because we are the buffet for authors. We have several things on the menu of our packages, and we're going to be launching the S.H.E Luxury package of S.H.E Publishing, and that was inspired by one of our authors, Bertina Power. And I'm going to be telling you lots and lots more about that. And we're also going to be having the people who will be a part of S.H.E Luxury. But as far as getting started, give us a call and we will talk through where you are. If you have started writing your book, that's totally fine as well, because we want to make sure that we give you the S.H.E experience. We want to incorporate everything that we have in our package that you want, so that you can be satisfied and so that your readers, once everything is all done and said, they're going to also be wowed as well. So that answers a little bit. If there's any detail to that, hey, let me know.
I have one for you.
Okay.
Has there ever been a time you wanted to walk away from publishing? If so, what kept you pushing?
Wow. So fortunately, there's never been a situation where I've wanted to walk away from publishing. That question that I asked, for whatever reason, that's just something that I just can't get enough of. And just to let you guys know the story of how this happened, and just to give a shout out to the studio that I'm in, to Ron. This studio is off the chain. Okay, we'll get back to it. So how this happened was it was during the COVID-19 pandemic again, and I started to write my story because I didn't know what was gonna happen, y'all. I started writing the story about the life of my husband and I, how we met, and I wanted my children to know that. I thought it was important that they knew the story of us. And I just woke up one morning and I said, I'm gonna publish my book. Went to the state, got the company, and didn't know what I did. Okay, and the first thing I did was call my mother and I said, I don't know what I just did, but I had a publishing company now and I'm about to publish this book. And it was literally on the job training from that point. And so I think what's happened is, and when I say I'm a strength champion, you may not understand what that is. So I have a strengths coach, and so there is this survey from Tom Rath, and what it is you take a survey, you get 34 signature things, and you get your top 5. You learn a little more about yourself, and I learned a whole heck of a lot about myself. And during this process, so y'all know there's challenges in everything. And so the challenges that I've had, I've grown from them. I've had authors who have pushed us to the limit, like Bertina Power and a few others who've pushed us to the limit. And that challenge is great for us because it's not going to do anything but make us get better. I have had people who have actually bought things from our store and said that they didn't, like filed claims that they didn't. And you got to get the good with the bad. And it's like, guess what? I'm glad that happened because I was able to experience that. And I was able to experience what to do when that happens again. So when you run through those roadblocks, it's supposed to be a growth for you. And I believe that's the reason why the company has grown. because I take those challenges as a learning opportunity. So for me, publishing is something that I just cannot get enough of, and it's going to always be good for me, and I'm going to always be at peace. And when I have those roadblocks, I'm going to learn from them. And if there's anyone who, like, this is my business, I don't have to work with who I don't want to work with. And so guess what? You're going to be removed. Okay? And that's just how it goes. So for me as of right now, no. Publishing, I'm going to be the GOAT of publishing, I know that was a lot, you guys.
I love that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And just so we don't forget about the people who are on here. So we do want to give a shout out to Ann Quinn. She is from Iowa. Yes, thank you for joining us. We have Joyce Dawkins in the building. She said it's such an amazing platform. Joyce, she rocks it. Oh man, we got to talk about that. And The Power of You, let me tell you, Bertina Power, that's her book. So I want to ask a question to True to Me, and I want to know about, let me see. I want to know about what you have going on, because we're going to be doing some collaborations and adding some things to our publishing package. So can you give us a little something on
Absolutely.
that?
Absolutely. So I try to keep it very brief, but True to Me is actually an umbrella of other things that I'm working on. Uh, my nickname is True. If most of you probably don't know that, I've been called that since I was a week old. So True to Me is actually a play off of that. I found myself, I'd say 4 or 5 years ago, really searching for who I was, what I trying to find my self awareness and things like that. And so I went on this discovery process. And so from that, True to Me was birthed. And there's three components that fall underneath it. The first part is self awareness, just really finding out who you are, because I think a lot of us just operate and we just go with life and do the things that a mom or a wife or whoever does. And so when I started digging deeper and found those things like traveling, um, oh, thank you for putting my logo up. Traveling and other things that I really enjoy as a person, as me, not as a mother or anything else. So that's one component, self awareness, really finding out what that really means to you. The second component is health and fitness awareness. Many of you know my story about the losses that I've suffered recently. And so I am on a journey now, keeping myself healthy and being aware of what I need to do to stay that way, but also to spread that type of awareness, especially for people who are brown and black. So that's the other focus. The third focus, which is really true and dear to my heart, is relationship awareness, and in that, communication. A lot of us talk about we communicate very well and that we express ourselves very well, but what I find is that we really don't. And so we need to dig deeper on that. So those are three of the things under True to Me. I'm working on that. And I know you said, and you may mention later, where can you find us on social media? Under True Ylandus. And if somebody could put that, because I don't think I have the ability to, but if someone could put that under our comments, that would be great. So that's a little bit about me and True to Me.
Well, thank you. And so the next thing I want to do is, I want to ask one of our authors your experience with She Publishing LLC, because I think maybe people want to hear about your experience, and maybe if we're a legit company or something like that. So I'll let Pamela go first, and then we will let Kim go, because you both have books. Tell us a little bit about your book, Pam, and then your experience with She Publishing LLC.
The book was for me a healing process. It's about being raised around alcohol and alcoholism and mental abuse, which is hard, and you really don't know that you're going through it until you've gone through it. So for me, it was a healing process. Head still working on it, but was easy for me to, not easy, but for me to write it down like a journal. And then it turned into a book thanks to She Publishing. And when I talked to She Publishing, they read it and they said that this needs to be heard to help others that could be going through the same thing. But working with She Publishing is like working with a family member. So, I can call her, send her a text message, say, hey, I'm nervous about this. She'll help you. If it's something that she's not sure about at the moment, she researches it for you. So I feel like I'm with family. Anytime I have a problem, I just send an email or text message, and they they made the process for me really easy. It was something scary because this wasn't my path. I didn't think it was my path to write a book. I should be retired in the islands now, and yeah, I'm writing books. Notice I said books
I know,
because of
yes.
She Publishing. Hmm.
Yeah, and your second book, what's the title of your first book?
Is this me? Am I her? And the second one is I'm not. I was not her. Finding herself, which plays off of the first one because I always thought that I was like my mom. So this
Okay.
one, the second one is saying I wasn't like my mom and what has happened since then.
All right. So I'm about to ask another question for the chat, okay? And so this next one, I want you to put something to get this prize. I want to give away a ticket to our annual event, which is November 18th and 19th. It's going to be a masquerade ball. And it everything is on the website. You go to the website, everything's there. But I want to give away a free ticket. So what you have to do is you have to put somebody's name in the chat. You got to tag somebody to tonight's boogie down, okay? And then you got to answer this question right here, okay? And this is the question: do you think every situation has a silver lining? Why or why not? Do you think every situation has a silver lining? Why or why not? And I'm going to ask one of the guests, would you like to answer this question? Do 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 boom boom. I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. All right. Okay, so I see some names in the chat and I'm okay. Okay. So we have Dernisa Sherman's. It depends on the situation. What do you mean by it depends on the situation? Stacy Calvin said, absolutely, you must in order to keep going. All right, so you know what? Let me see.
I agree with Stacy.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
And why do you agree with Stacy?
Um, I guess because of my book, because I was holding all that in and that was making me sick. And then I wrote the book and like I told you before, I'm off three medications because of writing a book. So it wasn't the best situation at all times. And out of it, that was my silver lining. So yes, there's got to be
Wow.
one, and you've got to find it in each one. You might not find it at that moment, but you will find it. It may be a year or so later. It might be at the same moment, but you'll find it. It might not be right now, but it's all. I think it's one in everyone. It's a reason for it.
Yeah, I totally agree. What you think, Kim?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That was similar. I mean, I was trying to find the right words exactly to put in the chat, but that's actually what it boils down to. I look at it in my life even now today, and you even helped me to see this. I mean, and it's something that I realized after stressing myself out after days or weeks or however long. But you helped remind me about this just what about 3 or 4, just recently. Queen Shanita, you said it doesn't, just because you didn't meet that deadline, it doesn't mean it's okay. Like you just let me know it was okay. Even when things happen, like I was even beating myself up last night and I was like, you know what? I didn't know what right words to say, but that's why I had to just send you a message today. But it's always, I mean, even the people that, the richest people or, it just doesn't matter how much you have or how much you don't have. Um, bad situations are always going to arise. And I mean, sometimes I refrain myself from sharing things with Queen Shanita because that's how I feel like, not necessarily, but you know how you don't want to call people with bad news, but there is, and I just feel like there is, just like Miss Queen Pamela said, whenever that time may come, um, it's gonna come. That silver lining is in there. That good is in there. And that's the main reason. The bottom line is don't give up. Don't give up on yourself or whatever it is you believe in.
All right. So,
I'm
what's
not sure if
been
I
your
just said that.
experience with She Publishing?
Was she? Oh wow. Like I said, it's changed my life. It's still changing my life. Um, I agree with Queen Pam. There's not a time that I've called She Publishing or Shanita myself, and I've not gotten um, great advice, just a good listening ear. It's truly a family. I think just within from the time that I first made contact with She Publishing, I believe it was only 4 months into the first um, annual conference that which is coming up this year. That's what was held last year in November. So it was like a 4 month window, and when I tell you that 4 months felt like 4 years or more of knowing Shanita, it's like, and then meeting the family. Oh my God! I mean, I thought I knew even the people that everybody that was there. It was just like the connections that has been built there. It's like, and hi, Stacy. I know I haven't been reaching. I've gotten contact information from other authors and our other sister companies. But when I tell you, it's so, the feeling is just so real and genuine. And I mean, just to share experiences that we all have had in a different way and a different light with, it just all is the same. It really seems like a spiritual journey for all of us. And I just know this is where I'm supposed to be as an author. I don't even want to be anywhere else. This is it. So if you know anybody that is wants to write a book, this is where they need to start off. I say do not start by yourself, because the thing is, we no one makes it alone, and you're gonna have questions and you're gonna need resources. And she is it. I mean, and how much she has grown since then, just from last year in November. I mean, we haven't even gotten there yet, and so much has already happened. I'm still trying to catch up.
And so
Yeah.
Kim was talking about our sister company. So yes, we just to tell you just a little bit about our sister companies. So sometimes we have authors who come into our community and they want to be publishers themselves. And so what they do is they publish a book through She Publishing LLC, and then from there, we create a unity, a name for their sister company, And so we currently have three sister companies. The first sister company is my best friend, who is actually the first person who gave me the opportunity to publish her book. The name of her book is Boss Rules, by Sharika Leonard. And she is actually relaunching that book, but she gave me the opportunity, and the name of her publishing company is Riff Publishing LLC. And so when you put she and Riff together, we are the new she Riffs in town, right? Our second publishing company is we have She Sassy, and that company is based in Texas, and Stacy Calvin, she is the CEO of that company. And again, our company, her company, and our names put together is She Sassy, and I'm gonna let y'all know she is sassy. And our third publishing company is Kim. And let me tell y'all, she golden. So golden publishing. And so so that's how we do, that's how we connect. And what I do is I teach them everything that I've done in my company. Kim, we have had classes already where she is learning all of the programs that we use, our contracts and different things like that. And actually, because I want to make it beneficial for not only the authors who want to become publishers, but for the authors, we are launching the She Writers Planner. And in that planner, it is going to basically give you all the steps you need in writing your book. You can put your goals there, you can put your royalties there. It will be on our website for purchase if you guys would like to purchase it, but it helps you with your writing if you're a first time author. This is the cover of the She Writers Planner, and it has a plethora of great information in there for you. So it's for, if you're not an author with She, that's totally fine. We still want to be a resource. We still want to be a resource for you, but that's our sister companies. Now, getting back to who won this ticket. Now, Stacy, yes, she's already getting in free because she's an author. So the ticket goes to Dornisa Sermon. So Dornisa will be getting a free ticket at our masquerade ball, November 18th. Let's give a hand, y'all. November 18th and 19th. November 18th will be the masquerade ball. There will be awards. There will be a 3-course meal. And the tickets are available for purchase online. You don't want to miss it. Last year's conference was absolutely amazing. And then the 19th will be some classes, different classes on how to get started. How do I get started? More tips and tricks about that. All right, so Justin, I have a question for you. Have you ever written a book, or do you aspire to write a book, or do you know someone who aspires to write a book?
I mean, you inspired me to write a book. So, so no,
Good answer.
I always really wanted to write a book for real, and I feel like it's a lot in me that I need to just organize and get out and get on paper and things like that. So that's something that I've been like just taking time to write down my thoughts, ideas, and everything like that. And then I'll come to you when I have everything organized. I feel like on my end, or we'll start having those conversations. But like, yeah, my mom, she actually wrote a book. It's called To Never Give Up. You can purchase that like on Amazon and things like that. But she pretty much inspired me as well because it was her story. Of course, I'm a part of it, but she basically just like put her experience on paper. And to go back to like the silver lining, I feel like it's our job to make what we go through in life make sense. And being an author, being a publisher, and just like documenting your experience, whether it's through music, through books, through art, I think it's extremely important and needed and essential for us to like, for our whole healing process. And I actually had a question for you, for the group, and everyone. My question was, where do your confidence come from? Cause I feel like sometimes it can come from the same place or from different places for different people. But that was my question to like the group. Where does confidence come from to, write that first book or to make that first big change or to, start a business and things like that? So that was my question.
All right.
Yeah.
Do we have any takers? That's a really good question.
Thank
I'll answer that. I mean, I'll answer first on that one. Confidence, and it's. I think I've always had it. I know I've always had it. And also, my mother would reassure me that I had it. And um, like I said, I've been a writer all my life. My father, I used to give him all of my papers that I needed to get typed up as a child, like any projects, anything like that. And he would come back home with feedback with his, whoever typed, his secretary that used to, type it up for him. And, they would share it and, like, oh, my father's name was Leroy. So they'd be like, Leroy's daughter. And so this would be part of the night talk at work, how good of a writer I was. And so just, you know, having that love and, that those people, those individuals that reassure you of who, stand in them believing in you as well, also helps with your confidence. So, I just say, I mean, you mentioned some things as well. You do get confidence from other things, other positive people. So, that's another thing. I try to be as positive as much as I possibly can be, and try to stay around, you know, um, like-minded people as well. So that also does help. And don't give up. Just keep at it. You'll build the confidence as well.
All
Shanika,
right.
can I also add to that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Justin, I would first like to say that that was a great question.
thank
Mhm.
Yeah. So for me, I just want to say I see a few friends on here, so thank you guys for joining in. But they can probably attest to this, what I'm going to say. I often tell my friends, if you talk to someone 10 minutes, a total stranger, you will find that you guys have something in common. And a lot of times it has to do with perhaps your children, your work life, your relationship, or something like that. We all struggle in some type of way. But when we realize that everybody is going through something, that what you're dealing with is going to get better and it's not that bad. So for me, that's where some of my confidence has come from over the years, learning who I am, being self-aware, and really learning who I am, not just saying that and not just doing those self-care things, but finding out what True likes and finding out what Justin likes. And I think in that, when you find yourself, you find that confidence as well.
you.
So,
Thank you.
That's good.
mhm.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. And you know what? I actually want to add to that too, because that was a really great question. And what I might do is after this, I may have more for you. So I might put that in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Because I just might forget.
mm,
But as far as I know, three things that just come to mind to me, and Ylandus touched on this, and that is my confidence came from learning more about who I was. And again, I did that by learning my strengths. And I've learned that I am a developer, that I am a learner, that I am futuristic. I wear these things on my sleeve. I'm always wanting to develop things and to serve others. So, learning about yourself is one. The second thing for me is I made a decision that I'm going to have a great life. I'm going to have some moments that may not be so good. I may have some surreal experiences because everybody does. But I've made the decision to forgive myself and have a great life. And then my last thing that I'll share now, because the other ones I'm going to do in the chat, is when I'm a grandmother, I'm going to have a story to tell. to my grandkids. And they're going to know that I've been to airport parties, and they're going to know that I have traveled around the world, and they're going to know that She Publishing has opened a company in Paris. They're going to know these things because I'm going to try to do it. Okay? And it's like, if you don't try, you won't know all of the opportunities that come. I mean, I've met Ron. I'm in his studio right now, and B-Box Entertainment, and shout out to them. But I would not have met them if I would not have met Bertina Power. And if I had not started She Publishing, I would not have met Bertina Power or anyone else who's on here. So make that move. Just do it, and don't worry about how much you're going to make. Money should not be, you should not be focused on, I want to get paid now and fast. Nah, it's about your purpose. It's about your passion. One of my authors, Lisa Butler, she said her pain pushed her into her purpose. But yeah, so again, when I'm a grandmother, I want to have some stories to share with my grandkids.
Can I jump in and add a little bit to that for him?
Oh man, everybody want to join this party.
Yeah, that was a good
Okay.
question.
She wants
So,
everybody to answer.
okay. So I know the term is to let your haters be your motivator. When I was going through the book process, I had a close classmate from high school, which lends into my whole book thing. She posted on Facebook, "I don't know why you're wasting your time doing something like that. Nobody wants to hear that." And that's where 90% of my confidence came in, because I had not become comfortable with doing this or why I was doing it. And that one statement that she made turned the whole thing around. And my push, my drive, my want to make sure that this got done and out was because she said nobody wanted to hear it. So that's why I did. That's where mine came from.
Wow. And so, Justin, that was like a phenomenal question. I love that. And we're going to be wrapping this up. So I just want to let you guys know that this is a 4-part series. And so the next She-Pub Network will be launching in 2 weeks. And we will have some of our authors on here. Now, one of the things She Publishing likes to do is give back. If it was only one person on the chat, y'all, this is love to me. Like, I love doing things. I love trying things and stuff like that. So this is so exciting to me. This is success to me. This is success. And so we like to give back. So one of the things we did, and one of the things we will do again next year, is we have a Black Friday. We have a Black Friday publishing package giveaway to someone who sends their story in. And so this year we did that. I pushed that out and I said, hey, send your stories. To me, it could have been just the first chapter. And I'm going to tell you who the winner of that was. So somebody received a free publishing package, and they are on our roster. And I'm going to share with you who that was. the DJ shouldn't have cut that off like that. But yes, it was
Mhm.
Lisa Butler. Let's give her a hand, y'all.
Yes.
So
Congratulations.
her book comes out in May 21st, and so I want y'all to grab that and everything. I want to thank you guys for joining us on the ShePub Network. We will talk again in 2 weeks more. We will get in deeper more into writing the book, the process, all that other stuff, and you will be meeting our 2022 leading men and women of She Publishing LLC. So thank you guys, and you're not by the drums, are you, Justin? Yeah, ain't. You didn't want to take us out with some hokey pokey and turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Hi.
Uh,
He is not about to drum, y'all. How you gonna do that, Justin? Now, is this what we gonna have to deal with at the conference this year?
nah, nah, I just got that
Shanika.
one track prepared.
No, that's all good. But thank you guys for joining us, and come back again, share, tag, subscribe. Thank you.
Yes,
Happy
ma'am.
birthday.
Well, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. God. Oh.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Pull
with
out
you.
the
Oh, look,
bottles,
look, you
y'all.
know what? I'm right over here too. I
Pull
got my.
out the bottles, the
Oh, we all over here
champagne.
trying to act innocent now. Ooh, look at now all the skeletons coming out.
All right, all right.
Thank you,
Bye
Thank you,
DJ.
bye.
Thank you,
Shanika.
She
All right.
family. God bless
Bye
you
All right.
Bye
all,
bye.
queens and kings.